La Penta. This is WICR.
Good evening, Iona College. Welcome back for another week here on Tuesday, 4 to 5. We're always here. VG Sports Hub, as always, the host, the Donna Sports. And then to my left, I got my co-host, Gio the G-Shocker.
What's up, everyone?
All right, and now today we also have a beautiful special guest here from St. John's University, Frankie Sapienza. He's also a religious listener every week. He's happy to be here. Let him introduce himself real quick.
How you guys doing, Iona students? It's an honor to be out here and talk to you guys for an hour. Thanks for everything.
Yeah, Frank is a big guy on sports, so he's going to help us out today and go through the rundown with us as usual. So we're going to get started right away, jump in. Last night we had the Monday Night Football game. Indianapolis Colts taking on the Giants here in New York. The Giants were home over there in MetLife Stadium. The Colts happened to blow the Giants out 40-24 in this one. Andrew Luck on point, 25 of 46, throwing for 354 yards and 4 touchdowns. On the other hand, you had Manning, who threw 27 of 52, 359 yards with 2 touchdowns. You know, that's pretty productive for Manning. But this Colts team is definitely a very strong team, in my opinion. Now 6-3. And also came off of a terrible loss to Pittsburgh last week. They lost 51-34, so they needed to definitely bounce back in this one. And you know, the Giants now 3-5. What can we say about this game last night? I want to start with G. What did you see out of this game?
Yeah, it was just basically, domination for the Colts, basically the whole game. It was time for Andrew Luck to shine again, as he does week in, week out. Even when they lose, he tends to have really good numbers. We saw him put up another 4 TDs. He's, on his way to becoming one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. He already is, but, he'll be even in the top list as all these older quarterbacks are going. He's going to be the next one. He could be the next Peyton Manning from what we see. I know Joey Archino says he demands greatness, and he got it yesterday. They were actually at the game yesterday, so they had a fun time out there. But yeah, the Giants' points mainly came in garbage time. They were down 40-10, so it didn't really matter at that point. So yeah, that's basically it. Colts dominated.
What about Frank? I know you were watching the game too. What'd you see?
Yeah, if you watched the game last night, you know that I'm not taking away from Andrew Luck and the rest of the Colts. But if you watch them play, you've seen that the Giants beat themselves in a way. Giving away early touchdowns, early points, wide open when there was a play when Colby Fleener was wide open because the Giants were trying to call a challenge, and Andrew Luck picked up on that, and they had a wide open Colby Fleener. Andrew Luck played a great game last night, but the Giants did a great, horrible job of defending that.
Yeah, when you look at Andrew Luck, I think he's going to be, as Gio said, one of them top quarterbacks. Don't think he's going to be like a Peyton Manning. I have to go against you on that one, but, everyone's entitled to their opinion. And, he, as Frank said, he'll capitalize on things like that. When he sees that the defense is breaking down, he'll still continue and capitalize on that. And I think that's why that this team definitely, got a nice W last night. So now going forward, though, I want to ask you guys, what do you feel about the Colts? I'm going to ask you about both teams, but first I'm going to go with the Colts. What do you feel about the Colts going in? You think they're going to make the postseason? You think Luck could do this and make it far? What do you think, G?
Yeah, I think they're definitely going to make it far. I mean, as long as their defense can be somewhat decent, then their offense will always be in the game. They have a lot of weapons. We already mentioned Andrew Luck, the man himself. Then he has, he has T.Y. Hilton. He's out there. He has Bradshaw in the backfield, Richardson. They're decent running backs, but, I mean, him throwing the ball, the Colts' offense is, really pass-heavy. If you watch them, I think it was, the numbers were 32 passes and 5 rushes in the first half, something like that. So, and it works for them. So, with that, if they can just have an average defense, then they can probably get far, I would say. What do you think, Frank?
Oh, I'm gonna have to agree with that. The AFC South is definitely theirs. It's up to them to hold their fate as far as all that goes. It's all gonna come down to the postseason. Can they beat Peyton? Can they play Tom Brady for 60 minutes and beat them? Andrew Luck's a young quarterback, but he's skilled. He's a good young kid, and they got a good young team. I really don't know if they're gonna be able to get past Denver. I think that's gonna be the team that comes out of the AFC. So as far as that goes, I mean, they're definitely gonna make the postseason without a doubt. But it's all a matter of getting, past the AFC Championship, which I don't think they're going to do.
Right, and now we look over to the NFC East where we got the Giants. The Giants have, this year, I think, in my opinion, they've definitely stepped up within the past couple years. We've seen some, real ruggedy play out of them. But now we look at them and we see a bit more stable Eli Manning, I think we can say. And, some things are clicking here, but, as we said, last night is not a very easy game for them, we can say, because the Colts do have a lot of weapons and they can, show that as they did last night. So, what do we think about the Giants going further, G?
Well, I mean, I think they just have to look forward to next season at this point. I mean, they're not really going to go anywhere now already. I know you can say in their division that they can maybe make a little wild card run. That's pretty impossible. They have to win, so many of their next games. I think there's 8 games left on the season. They have to win like 7 of them. Yeah. Because the Eagles, and with Nick Foles going out for a while, now they have Sanchez in, but then they have the Cowboys, who are good in the West also. So I don't really see them doing anything this year. Like you said, Eli's back to a little bit back to normal. He's more stable now, like you said, from the beginning of the season. He's getting his touchdowns and everything, but their offense still turns it over sometimes. You see so many fumbles, and then their defense is having a little a hard time keeping the other team off the field. So I think we already have to look forward to the next season for the Giants. I don't see anything right now at this point.
And Frank, what about you?
As far as Eli goes, learning a new system over the last couple of years, he's definitely improved. He threw 27 to 52 last night, but the numbers don't show how he played last night because I believe Preston Parker dropped about 3 or 4 passes. You have no Victor Cruz. You're learning a new system. There's a lot of things going wrong in his favor, but he's playing past that, I think. And if you actually watch them play, if you watch the Giants play every week, you're gonna see that Eli's playing good, but it's just his team around him. And as far as the Giants go, there's no way they're gonna win that NFC East. Nope. I mean, either the Cowboys or Eagles, but they're both, struggling. They both are out with their starting quarterbacks. But I think it's still too late for them to make a comeback with the team they got and all the plays they got.
All right, well, there you go. That'll do it for that Monday night game last night. So now on the other New York side of the football field, I guess you can say, we got the Jets, who have been going through a lot of controversy this week now with now we'll have Michael Vick as basically the starter now for the rest of the season. I think it's going to be, at this point, for the second half of the season. And, there's a lot of buzz going around about how, why did they ever have Geno start in the first place? And it's been all over talk shows, all over sports shows these past couple weeks. And, I just want to get insight from you guys on what we think about, this whole new Michael Vick and what this team has to do to finally, gain some success and get something out of them, because the fans right now are very aggravated, and us 3 in here, we're all 3 Jets fans. We know how it is. We feel for everything. So, G, let me start with you. What are we feeling about the Jets now, and are we optimistic about Michael Vick coming in now for this second half?
Yeah, like you said, all 3 of us in here are Jets fans, but that doesn't mean we'll have the same opinion. So you'll probably see some different things about us when we talk about it. For me personally, I like Mike Vick. I like Geno too. It's just his head's not in the right place to do anything with this team. I don't know. It's just sometimes, he's supposed to go to a meeting. He went to a movie and said, those things like that, they seem like little things, but they really count for the most. If you're not, mature enough to run a team, then you're not going to be able to be successful. Having Mike Vick, yeah, he can be a playmaker, but he also can get injured easily. He's also not accurate all the time, so that's what we see with him. But I think to make the team better, because we can't do anything this season. This season's already over for us. But if we look towards the future, I think you have to blow up the whole roster. You probably have to also blow out the coaching staff. Probably have to fire Rex Ryan. Probably have to get a new coach and a whole new staff. And also our GM is, Idzik is in a place where he makes moves for headlines. He picks all these players that will make news because that's what he wants for the New York Jets. That's why we got Tebow. We didn't even play Tebow. We got Tebow for the news. And things like Tebow and Harvin. So yeah, it's gonna have to take a whole new front for this team. Frank, what do you think?
I'm gonna have to disagree with you a little bit. I mean, I agree with you on the part when we talk about we got to get rid of Geno. We gave Geno multiple chances to be the answer. He's not the answer. Yep. We look at Michael Vick, and we know he's not the answer. This was just a short-term decision. The Jets' long-term decision is, as far as I'm concerned, it's the quarterback and it's the head coach. I think we have a very good defense. I think our run game is still doing good. A lot of time people don't understand how much the offense helps the defense and how much the defense affects the offense. So I think our defense isn't playing as well because of our offense. I'm going to have to agree with you on saying that we need a new head coach and everything as far as that goes. But I don't think we need to redo our whole team. We got a good defense. We got an all right special teams. We got a good run game. We got a young core of receivers. We're going to have to add a number 1 receiver.
Yeah, I'll correct myself. I didn't mean the whole roster. You're right.
Yeah,
Because
we're
we
gonna
do
have
have
to-
pieces. Like Ivory's a good piece.
Absolutely.
And we, Harvin, when he's not being, a troublemaker in the locker room, he's a good weapon. So
Well,
you're
he
right
had a
about
good game
that.
this weekend.
Yeah,
He
and he
played
had
well
a great
this
game.
weekend.
Yeah.
I think we have a bright side as far as the receivers go. We got to add a number 1. That's
Yeah.
what I think. We got to get a new quarterback. We give Gino
Quarterback,
multiple chances. And as far as Gino goes, he had 2 full seasons to make an opportunity. He had no one behind him besides Michael Vick, and Michael Vick wasn't really an answer to me.
Right.
We give away Mark Sanchez. A lot of people forget that Mark Sanchez went to 2 AFC championships with
exactly.
this team. So, I mean, as far as Jets concerned, it's mainly the quarterback for me.
Yep.
I agree with you guys. I think that now going in, hopefully, we can see something, maybe spark the offense now. What they're basically just trying to see their options right now. I think we're putting in Vic now. They already know this year's over, and I think that now it's just, they want to play around and see what they can do and see how this can happen if anything could work at all. Because at this point, nothing has went well at all.
Absolutely. The season's a watch, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, to watch.
Absolutely. So we can only hope for the best and just, continue to watch and, we'll see what happens going forward.
Hopefully, we got a good draft pick going.
Right. Absolutely. So that'll wrap it up for the NFL portion on this segment of VG Sports. And coming back, we got the MLB World Series all wrapped up for you guys as we promised last week. So we're going to get you all covered on that whole World Series, and we'll get into NBA afterwards, and then some soccer after that. So stick around, don't go anywhere. Thank you.